the rich Jews and the broke Jews.
The rich Jew? Who's the rich Jews, man?
These are the rich Jews. You see, look, they look like the mafia. They got the bank. These guys are the stragglers.
So whose side are you on, man? The rich Jews or the broke Jews?
I'm down with the rich Jews, you heard?
Yo, you're on the rich Jew side, man. Respect. Thank you for coming out here and supporting democracy. The most important thing is that you're...
Actually, I want to understand what's going on, to be honest. I don't know what's going on.
Well, they're protesting against Iihan Omar. They're saying Iihan Omar, you know, the congresswoman from Minnesota, is an anti-Semite.
Okay.
And these people... Oh, sorry, officer. Yo, sorry, the police is doing a good job here, man.
Right.
So basically, Sudan, basically what they're saying is that Iihan Omar is anti-Semite and she hates Jews.
Okay.
And these guys, you know, whatever, they're the ones that they hate anyway. So
they hate Israel, right?
Yeah, they hate Israel.
That's where all the Jewish people were from.
Yeah, man. Holy camole. Look at the Omar USA side, man.
Every fucking building. Fucking Jew. How Hitler! 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 God bless Hitler!
Holy camole, man. That's a little candid, man. Wow. He might be anti-Semitic, I think. Might be. We're not sure, man.
I'm not Jewish. I'm American boy. I'm a white American boy. I'm a goy.
Then why you dressed up like this?
Because that's my dress. Well, you're dressed like Jews. No. You are enemy of God. You're the worst enemy of God, sir. You're the worst enemy of God. You're the worst enemy of God.
You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking God.
You better watch your mouth right now, sir. You better watch your mouth right now, Jew boy. You watch your mouth. You watch your mouth.
What are you gonna do to me? Piece of shit. What are you gonna do to me? You're a piece of shit. Your mother's fucking gone. What are you going to do to me?
No, I do not pray to Zionism. I pray for Jews. I pray for Jews. Religious, not religious. Hasidish, not Hasidish. Reform, those that don't identify. I pray for all Jews. You don't pray for me. Do you pray for me? Do you pray for me? You can't answer that question.
No,
you can't. You don't pray for me.
Congresswoman Omar also referred to the September 11th attacks and said, some people did something.
Oh, yeah.
Some people did something. Really?
What do you have to say to the progressive Jews and the radical Sodom and Torah Cardinal Jews that are giving her credence, that are giving her a face?
I understand that they're proud to have a woman congressman, female congressman. I understand they're proud to have a Muslim congresswoman, but you must look what she stands for. You have to get past just the identity and see the issues, and she's blatantly anti-Semitic.
Some people did something, quote unquote. Is that offensive or is that taken out of context?
Look, it's in it by itself. I'll give you a pass. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe it was out of context. But when you have a record of statement after statement, and you know, where there's smoke, there's fire.
What brings you out into this Iihan Omar rally, man?
Well, I'm Jewish myself. You know, I'm a service member and I'm Israeli. So
what do you serve? What branch of the military?
United States Army National Guard, Massachusetts.
Oh, nice, man. Well, thank you for your service, man. What's so important about coming and protesting about Miss Omar?
For me, as a Jew who lost personally 5 family members in the Holocaust, her remarks aren't funny. They're very serious, and they are gravely affecting us and the Jewish community. Anti-Semitism on the right. It's not just the left wing; it's also the right wing. It's both sides. So for me, I'm here more to not to protest Miss Omar, but rather show my support for the Jewish community.
Yeah.
So, Miss Omar, what you're saying as a service member who's personally been to Afghanistan once already, your words are unacceptable. You need to stop now. It's inappropriate. It's not American values. You know, you're here. You should be very happy. There are plenty of people in Somalia who are suffering still, but you are not one of them.
Absolutely, man. Well, God bless you, man. Thank you for your service, man. Curtis, first of all, thank you for making the subway safe for us, and thank you for really helping out New York and improving the quality of life here. Why do you feel like it's important to be out here today?
Very important. You see across the street, we have some Fakata Jews. I mean, fake Jews.
Radical in the Torah Carter Jews.
Yeah, well, because they give people the wrong idea in terms of the solidarity the Jews have to have, because they're always under attack, always under siege. And you give an opportunity to an Iihan Omar to get onto a committee that is privy to the military secrets of the United States. You got to have all the furniture upstairs and rearranged in the wrong rooms.
What kind of threat do you think that Ms. Omar poses?
Poses a big threat, because again, the committee that she's on has access to military secrets, security that the United States is taking. The question is, where are her loyalties? If you want to believe they're with the United States, fine. I question where her loyalties are. Put her on an agricultural committee. Put her on the committee for transportation. Don't put her on such a sensitive committee.
What would you have to say to all the people that are claiming that people are signaling her out because she's a woman of color and because, you know, she's not held up to her words? She's held up to her words unfairly. Like, you know, like some people did something.
She's so lucky to have been born in Somalia, raised in a country that's run by warlords, where anarchy prevails, where women are subservient to men, they get raped, they get basically turned into slaves of the men, and then to come to America, be able to exercise her right in free speech, but not speak positively about some of the values. There's something wrong there.
Well, God bless America. Only that could happen. Well, thank you, Curtis, for making us safe, man. God bless the Guardian Angels. Thank you so much, man. Got Muhammad from the Sudan, who doesn't give a damn over here filming, man. He's a main Mac Daddy of this rally. Brother, what brings you out here? What are you doing here? You think Iihan Omar needs to go? Yes or no?
Omar needs to go. We do not need anti-Semites in our Congress. Omar is on a sensitive committee, the Foreign Affairs Committee. She don't need to be there. She know everything. That's why she want to get rid of ICE. She want to get rid of DHS.
What would you say to the people that are, don't say, you know, people are being prejudiced against Iihan Omar. She's a Somalian immigrant. She's a woman of color. People are, you know, not giving her a hard time because of that.
I want to tell them they already don't spit the black card up. It's expired.
Uses the black card.
Yeah, the black card is expired. That's what they use. The expired black card is gone. We are not doing skin color. We are doing policies.
That's it. We're doing policies. Exactly,
policies,
man.
not skin color.
Of course
the
not.
black card has been spent out.
Do you think she poses a danger to the United States?
She most definitely do. She's
How
a
so?
sleeper in our Congress. She's getting that information, high intelligence information. She's feeding it back to her people. It's a Trojan horse. That's exactly what it is.
And rhetoric like this leads to her life to be threatened.
She have terrorist sympathizers have threatened the lives of millions and millions across the world, especially right here in my United States of America, which I love. Do y'all remember the World Trade Center?
Were you offended at what you said about 9/11? That some people did something?
Some people did something.
That's a little harsh. And
yeah, that's terrible. Some people did something.
And she deserves to get...
she need to go to the memorial and spend about a week down there.
Of course, man. Well, God bless you for coming out here. Most importantly, for supporting democracy, man. That's the most important thing. For exercising your freedom of speech.
Yes, sir.
For coming out here and promoting your policies.
Thank you.
God bless you, man.
God bless you.
Thank you, man.
Trump 2020.
Trump 2020. Iihan Omar, anti-Semite or no?
I have no comment on Iihan Omar. I actually think she's good for Congress, but she exposes, you know, the corruption, exposes the anti-Semitism. I think they should keep her there. I'm not for taking anybody out of office other than by election.
Iihan Omar must go, and so does her brother that got married illegally by saying he wasn't her brother and marrying her.
And you're opposing, you think she's anti-Semitic, Iihan Omar?
Of course. I live in her district. She doesn't even represent us.
You're from Minnesota?
I am from Minnesota.
Wow.
I plan on challenging her.
Nice. So you're running for Congress? This is breaking news. Running for Congress against Iihan Omar. And you're a member of the LGBTQ and sometimes Y community.
I'm a transgender.
You're a transgender? For real?
I ran away from the Democrat plantation.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you're, wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mazel tov. Good luck with your race against
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in and supporting democracy. It's the most important thing here. Now, Iihan Omar, what's the deal with her, man? You see, I was asking guys before that. They were saying, she said that the Jews mesmerized the world, they hypnotize it, protocols of elders of Zion. Yeah. How come the progressive Jews don't see that?
Okay, look. I don't think that criticizing AIPAC and saying that they have outsized influence on the U.S. government is anti-Semitic,
but
right?
She said, go ahead. She said that.
I do think that some of the ways in which she phrased it definitely sounded anti-Semitic. I don't think she had anti-Semitic intentions, like the Benjamins thing, right? Like, you know, she made, you know, like a meme, basically, right? Okay. I definitely think that she should have thought of it more and, you know, compared it to existing anti-Semitism, showing that it might look anti-Semitic, it looks bad, but I don't think inherently that she is anti-Semitic and that AIPAC is.
Well, most people on the other side are fearful that she's privy to foreign affairs secrets, to military movements, to things like that she shouldn't be involved with. You know,
what? Okay.
They're saying because
they don't like her. I mean, that makes sense.
Just because of that?
Because she's a Democrat, the Republicans.
Okay.
I don't really see
they're saying that they feel like she's a traitor.
Why do they feel that? Because she's Muslim and they're racist? Like, yes.
You see, that's your argument, but they're saying, again, I'm trying to present both sides there.
Right, no, I understand.
No. You feel like they're being racist against her because of that.
I'm not going to assume that they're racist or anything.
No, of course not.
But what I'm saying is that I believe that must play a big part in it because she is a Muslim woman who wears a hijab, right? People tend to be prejudiced, and they tend to think, all Muslims are the same. Oh, whatever. It's like when people call Obama a Muslim because he's black, right? Like, he's not even a Muslim, right?
There's a lot of extremists. No, I mean, he's not a Muslim.
Right.
A lot of extremists, refer to him as a Muslim because his father was a Muslim.
Right, because he's black, because they're racist. The same people who 8 years ago or 10 years ago, however long that was, were calling Obama a Muslim are the people who hate Ilhan Omar because she's a Muslim. Same thing.
You think it's because she's a Muslim?
Yes.
Some people did something. Is that just misspeaking?
Okay.
Or
Look,
I'm not trying to play gotcha.
I understand. I think people latch onto it and they play semantics with it. But obviously she believes that 9/11 was bad, okay? Like, it's such a classic dog whistle in American politics. Like, the one thing we can all agree on is that 9/11 was bad, right?
Sure.
So if you somehow, I've heard, you can hear this, countless times, if you oppose this certain policy, you don't support the troops, it means that you support the terrorists, right? It's like George Bush famously said, either you're with us or you're with the terrorists, right? It's a classic...
It's not black and white.
Right, it's a classic black and white fallacy, exactly, right? So, yes, of course I think it's racist because they're using the fact that she's a Muslim and that Muslims committed 9/11, and they're using these words and they're putting two and two together and they're saying, oh, she clearly supports 9/11 or whatever, stuff like that, right? I don't know. I don't think they would be making the leap if she weren't Muslim.
Set up on the guys. Come on, let's go. Wait a minute. You're instigating.
Explain it, what's your mouth? Shame on you, what's your mouth?
No. What? Already set up for you the other side.
I know who you are. I know you.
Rabbi, shalom aleichem. Bar Yochai, man.
May the Lord kill you right now, sir.
Who?
May the Lord. You are an enemy of the Lord. I know you.
I'm not the enemy of the Lord, man.
Yeah, I know you.
Chas v'shalom. You're
May the Lord kill you. May the Lord kill you.
Shake it. May the Lord kill me, man.
Sir.
That's not nice,
Yes,
Rabbi.
sir.
Chas v'shalom,
I know
man.
who you are.
Rabbi, you behaving like a
You
shaykh's,
tricking
man.
Rabbi Weiss before. I know that.
Never tricked Rabbi Weiss.
I know.
Never tricked Rabbi Weiss.
You have.
I didn't give you my email for any question.
Natura Carta email.
The reason I
Natura
gave
Carta
you my
USA.
email
Yes.
is what I said last time, that you should show me the work that you are doing.
Of
and
course.
you should prove me
Of
an
course.
apology to that wrong statements you did and to that forgery you did.
I did not do fraudulry,
going to
man.
mention anything.
Rabbi,
You know better than I
people attacked me.
That's the
They
end
called me.
of the story.
Did you see what your people called me? They called me
That's
Hitler.
the
They
end
called me
of the
Apicardus.
story.
They called me Shaygits.
That's
That
the
guy,
end
Mr.
of the
Gold.
story.
Did
Where
you
is
see?
honest journalism?
Did you see what your people called me?
How about fake news?
What fake news,
Where is
man?
honest journalism?
Did you see what
Did
your
you
people called me?
cover honestly our activities? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yes or no?
I want to know what's
This is
going
lies
on.
in public.
That's not true,
You
Rabbi.
dare to tell
Rabbi,
me in my
that's not true.
face.
That's not
Lies
true.
in public.
I asked you questions. I even gave you my list of questions.
I'm not
I
here
even
to
gave
answer
you
any of your
No problem, Rabbi.
Because you are. Because you are evil.
I'm
And
evil?
you are on purpose distorting
That's Chas
our message.
v'shalom, man. I'm giving you a
going to prove
platform.
this in court if you like.
I'm giving you a
I'm
platform.
not going to debate
Okay,
anything.
that's no problem,
They
Rabbi.
record this, everything is recorded.
Of course, Rabbi.
Everything is proved.
Of course, Rabbi. God bless you, men. God bless you, Rabbi. Why are you here, Rabbi? Why do you hate Israel so much, man?
The main point is that Judaism is a religion, and the state of Israel, those all who created the state of Israel, they are nationalizing the Jewish religion, and they go with many.
Preaching love.
Should we be preaching love?
Should we be preaching love, not hate? Like, shouldn't we all be about everyone coming together?
According to our religion, we have to be humble citizens, and we are forbidden to take weapons at all, and to occupy the whole land.
Why? But they say that we're defending ourselves, Rabbi. The Jews are defending themselves against the Arabs.
The Judaism, first of all, and according to the religious side, it says that even if it should be someone who is, it's not true that they are an enemy for us, because the fact is that before the existence of the state of Israel, was Jewish people living a peaceful in the.
How peaceful though? Weren't there riots? Weren't there Jews being killed? Can I ask you a question, serious question, Rabbi? Do people hate Jews because of Israel, or do people just hate Jews because they hate Jews?
The danger, what some Jews have around the whole world is just because the Zionist movement, because the Israel is antagonizing all people around the whole world, and they are oppressing the Palestinians, and if someone wants to say one word just for the truth, they're antagonizing him and they...
I see what you're saying. So last week when the guy got punched out in Williamsburg, you know, by the thugs that punched out the guy in Williamsburg. I don't know if you saw it on the TV.
I never heard.
But people got punched out in Williamsburg. Did they punch him out because they hated Israel, or because the fact that they just hate Jews and the way they just perceive Jews? Like the pogroms in Russia, in Kishinev in the early 1800s, all the blood libels, of course. Was that because of Israel, or because people just hate Jews?
The fact is that I don't know this story what you say, but maybe it was something like this.
Yeah. I'm not making it up.
The fact is that according to our religion, we have to be in exile amongst nations as humble citizens, and the Torah promises us that if we follow the laws, we will be protected, and it says that when someone is a really enemy for us, this is what it says in Genesis by the story of Jacob and Esau, that when someone is a really enemy...
Esau son Jacob.
Yeah, when someone is we have to do the same what Jacob did to Esau, that when someone says some words against Jews, we have to go to him and make peace with him and give him presents, and we have to work on this way.
Sinat Chinam, he's telling you, man. You know, Rabbi, where would Jews have a haven to go to if not for Israel? After the Shoah, after all the Jews got expelled from all the Arab countries, where would they have a haven to go to if not for the state of Israel?
We have to start from before the Second World War.
Yeah, let's start.
This is the New York Times, 1933.
1933, go ahead.
This is 7 years before the Second
Show
World
it
War.
to our cameraman.
World Jews push boycott of Reich for inhuman acts. Wide effects reported sharp cuts in German exports. We know for a fact that this evil part of the Jewish people, they antagonized Hitler, and that's why he started to...
Rabbi, you're saying something a little inflammatory. You're saying the Jews antagonized Hitler?
Yeah. Here you have proof.
What about all the Nuremberg? I mean, Rabbi, but Hitler.
I give you proof.
You're saying now that Jews antagonized Hitler.
Yeah, this is a proof.
We'll just push back at the Shoah? Do you know anything about the Shoah?
One question at a time. One question at a time.
Why would the Jews boycott? They would boycott them because Hitler was against the Jews. He wanted to exterminate the Jews.
No.
First, get rid of them.
1933, he wasn't one exterminate.
He wanted to get rid of them.
He just
you
gave,
denied.
No, you have to follow the history.
Read Mein Kampf. Did you read Mein Kampf?
The Mein Kampf was later. He wrote it later.
1924.
Listen, if you don't want to hear, you just want to protest.
Listening, man. Rabbi, we're listening, man. We're having a dialogue, man. No, nobody's yelling, man. You're showing me that he's telling me that the Jews boycotted Hitler.
Yeah, that's
and Hitler got pissed off. How Hitler, God bless Hitler. And he started hating the Jews. But
it's not just he started hating, he hated before. But instead of go how our religion says to go humble loyal, like Jacob went to Esau, they go on the opposite side, they antagonize him, and in the same time, when they made here in I think it was in Union Square, I'm not so sure, it was a big declare of boycott.
Could the Shoah have been averted? Could the Shoah have been averted? The extermination of European Jewry been averted? Could it have been averted?
I don't got your question.
Could the Holocaust not have happened? Why did it happen?
It happens because they antagonized Hitler.
So in other words, the Jews antagonized Hitler, that's why the Holocaust happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can follow also the Daily Express. There are many papers from this time. You have to make research, you will see that this was the story.
So the Jews antagonized. Now what happens if, Rabbi, if Israel were to go to war against Hamas, against Iran, against Hezbollah, who do the Torah Karta side with? If Israel goes to war, if the Jewish people go to war in Israel? If there's a war, who do you guys side with?
Me personally, I don't want.
You don't want war.
No, this. According to our religious, I will never give any support for the state of Israel to going to war.
Period.
In the Torah it says, if you go war against the will of the Almighty, you're gonna be in a danger, and if you be humble, loyal, you will be safe.
So how do you explain Israel persevering against all these wars that the Arabs waged against them in 48? In 67, in 73. How do you reconcile with that? Hasn't Israel emerged victorious in all those wars? I mean, that's a fact, yes or no?
It's one word. They have to release the state of Israel It has to be. They have to get it off. They should no more occupy it. As long they occupy it, they do a sin against the Almighty.
Wouldn't Hashem wouldn't he make them lose the war in 48 and 67? How come the Zionists won? Why did they persevere?
How come the Hamas won? They was able to send 600 rockets for 2 weeks ago.
Because Israel's not taking care of it. Israel has ignored the problem and they haven't taken care of it.
But you know for a fact that the rockets, you didn't slow it down. You know for a fact that next week or in the next month gonna be other rockets.
Of course.
So maybe it's this also miracles from God.
There's no solution. There's no solution to the conflict. The only thing is we can hope that everybody loves each other. Hopefully Mashiach comes, but hopefully there'll be no war and no sinat chinam, like the guy said. You know what I'm saying? After all, do you believe in V'aftal L'recha kamocha, the Kol Yisrael L'Revim?
1 second ago, you told me that Israel is protecting. I show you that they're not able to protect even themselves. Now you start to say, okay, we have to be in peace. Blah, blah. This is what you say. I say that we have to give out.
I want to tell you one thing, Rabbi. Rabbi, if there's a pogrom here, God forbid in America, in Europe, wherever people come from, if you're a Jew and you're in trouble, Rabbi, you can have haven in Israel. Even you, Rabbi. Even you can go to Israel.
As long as the state of Israel is against the will of the Almighty, I know for sure that I will not be successful over there. And many times it says in many places in the Torah that if sinning in the Holy Land, which is the Eretz Yisrael, if we're going to sin over there, is the punishment much more. The Almighty is giving more punishment. This is what it says.
How do you reconcile with the other Haredim living in Israel? Like a good the Litvish, the Samars living in Israel?
It depends. Someone who believes in every word what it says in the Torah, and he don't want to nationalize the Jewish religion. He know that we have to stay in exile. We have to be humble, loyal.
But they're in the government. Mayor Potash, the Aguda, the Shas, the Degela Torah, the Litzman, the Ger, they're all living in Israel, getting money from Israel.
Those who are giving any support for the state of Israel, they go with the evil, and they are not Jews according to the Jewish religion.
Is the Zionists the worst on the totem pole out of all the people? Would you rather live with Hamas than with the Zionists?
I have no problem to live with Hamas, humble, loyal. Me personally, I live in another area from here. I live in Jersey City. It's around with non-Jews on my whole blocks. I moved there from Brooklyn because
from Williamsburg.
From Williamsburg, and I'm nicely to them. I'm humble, loyal, and I have no problem with my small children. They go out.
That's fine. So you would be opposed to your children?
And from the other side,
would you ever live next to these guys? Down there? Would you live with these guys?
I will never live with them because they want to kill me as long as I'm saying the truth that we are forbidden to.
So to you, Zionists are the worst in the world. There's nobody worse than
the Zionists the worst. Yeah. Yes.
Worse than like the transvestites, worse than transgender.
Because according to our religious, thank you.
Oh, sorry, officer. Thank you. Yes, sir, man. Thank you, officer. Well, Rabbi, we thank you for your time, man. Young man, any final thoughts for us, man? What have we learned? Anything else to teach us?
Yeah. Now the Jews want to start a war with Iran. After Iran, they're going to go after Egypt. After Egypt, Turkey. The Jews never stop when it comes to bloodshed. With their bullshit, Holocaust bullshit. Fuck the Holocaust, because they killed more fucking people than everybody on the earth put together. And they killed Jesus Christ. They killed Jesus. Fuck the motherfucking Jews.
So wait, what is that? So the Jews have killed Jesus.
They killed Jesus. They fucking killed the Russians. The Russian Revolution. World War I, World War II, all the fucking Jews fought.
What should we do now? What should happen to the Jews? What are you talking about? I'm trying to find
I'm talking
to a person. I'm not instigating. Absolutely not.
Mind your fucking business, bitch.
Listen, we've spoken to the gentleman there, and he voiced
freedom of speech, bitch. If you don't fucking like it, fuck you, cunt.
Yo. That's not a little disrespectful, man.
You're a poor excuse for a journalist.
Thank you.